Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to show you the latest addition to my live and studio setup, the Kemper Stage Profiler. This is not going to be a detailed review or a tutorial on the Kemper, but instead I just want to talk about my first impressions and my reasons for buying a Kemper. I've had it for about 3 weeks, so I'm still kind of getting my head around how to operate it. And maybe in a few weeks or so, I would be more than happy to start sharing some tutorials with you guys. But what is the Kemper Profiler? I'm sure many of you are familiar with the Kemper, but the Profiler basically allows you to take a snapshot of your amplifier or amplifiers so that you can store them all onto the device and take them all out with you on tour or into the studio. It's genius really, and I think it's a perfect tool for any recording or touring musician. Not only can you take snapshots of your own gear, but you can also go online and download other people's profiles, and there are people who are doing these professionally. People like Michael Britt, he's got a really good website where he sells his profile packs. I got one of his packs the other day and I have to say I'm very, very impressed with it. Sounds really good. I haven't started doing profiles myself yet. I will start looking into that soon. As I say, I'm quite new to this whole thing, so I'm kind of still learning my way around it. But once I've learned how to do it properly, I will do another video where I will show you how I went about it, and I will show you some comparisons. So I will compare the original amp with the profile, as in the Kemper profile of that same amp. But why did I go for a Kemper? Well, until about a couple of years ago, I used to be a little bit of an analog snob, if you like. I have to admit, I just wanted to play through my pedal board and my Valve amp to do recordings and live shows. I sometimes used Logic amps or Amplitube or other plugins, and I also had the Line 6 Kidney back in the day, but I only wanted to use these for practicing and recording demos, not to record like proper recordings or to do live shows. I mean, no way. But times have changed and my opinion on digital stuff has changed, and the quality of digital stuff has gone up a lot, and it's gone to a level where you can't really tell the difference between analog and digital gear. It was during the first lockdown in March of 2020 that I first started using amp plugins quite a lot, and I started using the Neural DSP Plini and Corey Wong Archetype plugins mainly. It was actually during that time that I first started posting videos on my Instagram and then later on YouTube. So it was just so convenient to be able to sit at home, put my headphones on and just do multiple takes for my videos without really bothering anyone. And another really cool thing was that I could edit, as in tweak the amplifier and the pedals afterwards. So if you have been following me on Instagram or on YouTube for a while, you have heard me using those two plugins a lot. I was actually so impressed with the Neural DSP plugins that I started bringing them to recording sessions, but to be able to do that, I would have to ask the producer to download it and install it at their place so we could use it for the session. I could obviously always send them my presets, but I thought it would be more convenient and practical if I had a hardware device of some sort where I could store all of my sounds and have them ready to go. And I could use that live and in the studio. So initially I wanted to go for the Neural DSP Quad Cortex that they launched last year, I think. But I've just really struggled finding one available. I mean, they sell out really quickly. So I just started looking at other options, and the Kemper Stage came on top. The Kemper Stage and the Quad Cortex are pretty much the same concept. You know, they're structured in a very similar way, at least from what I've seen online. The stage unit is the latest version launched by Kemper, but they had already launched the toaster head about 10 or 11 years ago. The toaster was then followed by the rack unit, and both the toaster and the rack can be had as unpowered and powered. But the stage unit, however, can only come as unpowered, so you would have to find different ways to power it if you want to, for example, monitor yourself on stage, have something on stage to move the air like a real amplifier. And you could do that by getting a power amp and a speaker cabinet, or do as I did and go for the Kemper Power Cabinet, which is basically a powered cabinet, 200 watts. It's not very loud. It's a 200 watt transistor, and it comes with a 12-inch speaker, the Kemper Cone, which is designed by Celestion for Kemper, and that comes with 19 different speaker imprints, which you can choose from the output section of the stage unit. That should give you different speaker characteristics. I've played around with it a little bit, and I'm quite impressed with it so far. And as I said, the power cabinet is mainly there for monitoring on stage. So if I would be playing live, I would always send the DI or the direct signal out of the stage unit into the PA and just use the power cabinet as my monitor on stage. So I wouldn't put a mic on the monitor or on the cabinet, because the cabinet is reproducing a sound of an amplifier that has already been mic'd up and recorded. So that is basically the profile. It would be great to hear your thoughts on the Kemper. Are you using a Kemper yourself, or are you planning to buy one? Are you playing through a Helix or a Quad Cortex or something else? Or are you simply playing through an old trusty Valve amplifier and a pedal board? Please let me know in the comments below. I would also like to add that I bought my Kemper from Thomann in Germany, and I was very pleased with their customer service, and it only took them about 3 days to send it from their warehouse in Germany to my house here in Reykjavik in Iceland. 3 days is pretty good, considering it was like the 17th of December. And if you guys are planning to do any shopping on Thomann, I've got an affiliate link in the description below, so you can do your shopping on Thomann and support me at the same time, if you like. But thank you for watching, and I will see you guys again very soon.